Wake up with us, it's time to rise and shine. Morning mayhem's on the air, we're feeling fine. We got a motto, Tom and Mama Manning too. Bringing you the latest, there's nothing we can't do. Morning mayhem, it's a wild ride. Sports news and the daily updates, we're on your side. Special guests and interviews galore. We're taking over Woodland Regional, we're knocking down the door.
Good morning, Woodland, and welcome to June 4th, the last day of class. I told you it was hard this morning, and maybe it's just because we have made it to the end of the school year, but this morning was a tough one. Well, you know me, I don't like Tuesdays. Mondays are fine. You have the whole weekend to rest up, but Tuesday, you realize Monday was just a dress rehearsal. So we have the last day of school today. It is an A day. It is the beginning of the schedule for the last day of the year. And it is also the last advisory. Exams start tomorrow, and they will be going backwards. So you will have your last class first. So B4 and B3 will be tomorrow. Then after that, B2, B1, and then A4, A3 on Friday. And then we'll finish up on Monday.
Bingo.
This is our 67th episode of this season, our 1,200 minute of production, and we got 20 total hours going in. About 130 guests have come on the show. It's been a great season so far. So, and much like the day, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing coming in to see you guys every morning.
Thank you.
60 this morning was beautiful. It looks like it's going to go up to 80 again today. Mostly sunny. Yesterday was supposed to be a little cloudy, but I don't think there was a cloud in the sky. It was a beautiful day. Went well over 85. I don't think we're going to get up that high. I think we're just going to bruise the 80s today. So it's getting nice. It's good at the end of the school year when it's getting warm that we get everybody out of the building, because that's when I think that's kookiness starts, when it gets a little bit warm. All right, what do we have going on this week? Don't forget, if you are going to be in an exam and you're using the media center, it is going to be a silent study hall. You're not going to get any passes in or out, so make sure that you're nice and quiet while you're hanging out in the media center.
One per table.
One per table. Oh, we didn't have that rule on there.
One per table. So
there is a Math Honor Society meeting today, Tuesday, June 4th, in the Media Center. It's going to be right after school. So if you're new to the induction of the Math Honor Society, that's going to be today after school. So make sure you take a look at your schedule, what that's going to entail. I don't think there's any late buses after Friday.
correct.
So you still have your late buses all the way through. Media Center does have that silent study. You have to stay for the entire block, and no passes will be issued. So if you're going to get in there, make sure you're in there. If you're looking for your summer reading, don't forget it's on your Google site. It's in your Schoology class group. Book talks, you're all done signing up, but if you want to go take a bended knee to Miss D. Alexander, she might let you in if you were just late and forgot. If you want to say goodbye to one of your favorite seniors, go leave a note outside the wall on the guidance office. Say something nice about everybody that's been around and spent their 4 years here. And if you have a book that's gathering dust under your bed or somewhere like that, you want to return that. They were supposed to be returned last Friday, and we're still missing. It looks like 77 books.
Ooh.
Seniors are only missing 7. They're almost done. They're almost cleaned up the other class. All the other ones have over 20 books that are still missing. And yesterday we had the clash of the classes. The sophomores finished up the season by winning out. The crew of Wild, Jamison Nemick, Claire Sweetland, and Colby Sizer took it over that month-long competition, and I will be sending them a Morning Mayhem mug. They'll be getting a Morning Mayhem coffee mug. I figured that's what we're going to send them.
Start them early.
Start them early. Get them up early on the morning show. And if you're going to wait around for the Media Center in August 2024, if you're coming back, we have cornhole now that you can take out of the Media Center, and it's a nice set that you have out there. So we will be hosting tournaments here in the hallway in the morning as well. Don't forget, final exams start right at the beginning of school. To have your Chromebooks charged. And don't forget to listen to us every morning at 7 a.m. next year. If you're looking for any past episodes, you can go on to Spotify, find them all on there, or go onto our Instagram account on morningmayhem.show. Today in history, in 1889, the Boston Bean Eaters, the pitcher, John Clarkson, was the first ever, I guess, recorded to throw an immaculate inning. Do you know what an immaculate inning is?
All strikes.
All strikes. Three
Nine
batters.
pitches.
9 pitches. And as of March 28th, 2024, there have been only 114 immaculate innings recorded in Major League Baseball for 104 pitchers.
Well, they should watch Mikey Belcher.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Do they record those for?
No.
Okay. That was quick.
Shoot. No.
Yeah. In 1919, on this day, Congress passed the 19th Amendment, giving women the right to vote. The Beatles had their first and only world tour starting on today's date. And in 1989, the Chinese cracked down on protests in the Tiananmen Square, where they cleared the square of student protesters, and the unofficial figures had placed the death toll near 1,000. Birthdays for today: Angelina Jolie, English comedian and television personality. Russell Brand. Wow, I lost it right there. And TJ Miller. And today's day of history is the International Corgi Day. Those little dogs with the short legs. That started in 2011 when a group of friends decided to get together and organize an event in their favorite breed of dog. Now, I do research each one of these days. Today's day actually does have a website. You can go find it on OmahaCorgiCrew.com. And their slogan, if you will, is vertically challenged dogs with big hearts. Today is International Corgi Day.
So when are we starting our day?
I don't know. We'll have one for.
We need to start one.
We'll have the Morning Mayhem Day. It is also National Cheese Days for all you cheeseheads. I figure that would be our
there you
Go Green Bay.
Green Bay Packer Day. It was established in 1914, and you can find that on cheesedays.com. Guess which state is responsible for that?
Wisconsin.
Yeah, you're right.
I was
You'd
gonna
be
say
right if you say
Wisconsin,
Wisconsin. You are absolutely correct.
Here's a shot at the buzzer. Strike three call. What a catch. Touchdown.
Time now for sports with Mama Manning.
What a game yesterday.
Oh, tell me about it.
Woo-hoo! Girls softball, what did they do? They slammed Oxford 9-1.
Wow. All
What
right.
town do you live in, Coach?
I forgot. Julia had a 3-run home run.
All right.
Lucia had a 2-run home run.
Okay.
And Ella was sensational on the mound.
They were just collecting runs.
Oh, that was pretty. And tonight, what do we have? Boys baseball, Muzzy Field, 7 o'clock.
All right.
And that's their semifinals. Girls will play finals on Saturday
Okay. Oh, wow.
at UConn.
Oh, man. That came up quick.
Yeah, time to be determined.
All right. That's all we got?
Finals. That's what we got,
Yeah, it's because
baby.
the NBA didn't start. We're not going to
No,
get to the
that's the
NBA
sixth.
finals.
That's the
yeah.
sixth.
All right. And that's the sports with Mama Manning.
And now, the latest headlines. Over to the news desk with Tomlin.
Good morning. Couple top stories today. First up, India's Modi faces stronger than expected challenges. They're tallying the votes, and it appears that India's current Prime Minister Modi will be the only Prime Minister in India's history since its independence to serve 3 terms. However, his promised, guaranteed, vaunted supermajority, not going to happen. He's going to have to rule with a coalition government. This is huge news. Simply the confidence that the Prime Minister had, his recent involvement in trying to manipulate things. It appears that he is reelected, but not the definitive mandate that he was expecting.
So he's going to be like
He's going to need a sidekick. He's going to need a Robin to his Batman. Whereas
vice
before
principal.
he was a Superman, he's now going to need an assistant to support him and to go along with him.
It's almost like he's getting married.
Such is international politics.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. I'll have to have you come into my AP course next year just to explain it all after I lay it out. All right, United States urged the UN Security Council on Monday to support the 3-phase plan announced by President Joe Biden aimed at ending the nearly 8-month war in Gaza, freeing all hostages, sending massive aid into the devastated territory. The U.S. Ambassador Linda Thomas Greenfield said the United States circulated draft resolutions to 14 other council members to back the proposal for ending the conflict that began with Hamas' surprise attack in Israel on October 7th. Palestinian health officials in Gaza Strip said Israel strikes killed at least 11 people overnight on Tuesday, including a family of 3 in the built-up Barouj refugee camp and 8 police officers in the center town of Deir al-Balah. In the occupied West Bank, the Israeli military said Tuesday it killed 2 Palestinians who it claims were attempting to launch a rocket attack into Israel communities.
I'm not going to ask
Did
you
you
to say
say-
that name again.
I think
yet.
he
La, la,
totally
la,
made
la.
that word up. He made that word up.
Fa la 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 la.
Deir al-Balah DEIR space AL-BALAH. All right. Palestinian officials apply to join South Africa's case at top UN courts. Accusation accusing Israel of genocide. Palestinian officials have applied at the top UN court in The Hague for permission to join South Africa's case accusing Israel of committing genocide in Gaza. President Biden prepares an order that would shut down asylum if a daily average of 2,500 migrants arrive. White House is telling lawmakers that President Joe Biden is prepared to sign off on an executive order that would shut down the border, utilizing various aspects of immigration law. It's like a 12-digit sub number. But basically, this is the portion of the law that allows the President of the United States to shut down the borders if there is an imminent threat. A young man from the Netherlands was reprimanded by Italian police officers after he allegedly vandalized the historic Roman wall in Herculaneum. Now, for those of you not familiar, Herculaneum is one of the 2 Roman cities that were buried in volcanic ash when Mount Vesuvius erupted in the year,
I don't know.
79 AD. Very good.
Tip of my tongue.
I was going to say 68.
All right, Pompeii is the more famous one. However, Herculaneum is the one right next door. This is yet another incident of a tourist. This one, he tagged his name on the wall.
All right, so he's forever infamous.
Yep, he's forever in Herculaneum. And there's news.
And that was the news to wrap up all 67 episodes here on Morning Mayhem.
I should go with that.
And that's the news with Tomlin. This morning, our guests are from the WRHS administration team, Dana Mulligan and Kurt Ogren. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Good morning.
So, how has our year at Woodland Regional gone so far?
Unbelievable. I do want to give a shout out to our class of 2024. I've been doing this for a lot of years, and they really, really stand out. And I don't say that every year about every class. Dr. Mulligan, we had a conversation yesterday morning, and she hit the nail on the head, basically saying every year, this is true, I might get in trouble, but every year there's 1 or 2 teachers who say, I can't wait for so-and-so to graduate. This year that has not happened because we have every kid from A to Z is a great kid doing great things all year. Whether it was in the classroom, on the athletic fields, in the community, we really, really had a rock solid class of 2024. And if you remember, they're the ones that started under some tough circumstances.
Yeah.
Team Hawks, Team Woodland, stay home on Wednesday, learn virtually. That was their freshman year. So they did some great, great things. They really rose to the challenge.
So this is one of those classes we're looking to fail so that they stay here with us longer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to. We may have a 100% graduation rate for the 4-year cohort, which never happens.
Wow.
I mean, you could go 20, 25 years. A big school, it would never happen. A smaller school, maybe once every 20, 25 years, you could hit it. I think we're going to
I
hit
think
it.
that would be the first time since I've been here, and I've been here every year.
Yeah.
It's never happened in Woodland
Yeah.
history.
It was close last year.
Yeah.
Certain kids need to pass their final exam in civics, but
Yeah.
other than that, I think we can do it.
Yeah.
I think we can do it.
Outstanding. So what has been some of the highlights, not just of the senior class, but maybe for the whole year?
I mean, I would say, we can always turn to the athletic fields and the athletic courts and give shout outs to the kids who have done a great job, to our teams for their successes. But I think when you look at this year as a whole, just academically, this class has been a strong class. I think if you look at just the culture in the building this year, the positive culture that we have grown, and I attribute that to the seniors. I think you have to give them a shout out because they kind of set the bar high for the underclassmen. This is how we're going to do things, and the classes that came before them as well, because it just doesn't happen overnight. But I think when people come to school here every day, they're happy to come to school here, and that's something I'm really proud of.
No, it seems it's been a quiet year. I don't know.
Oh my gosh,
You never
Mr.
say
Amato, you
that.
don't say that.
Come
I'm
on.
knocking on wood, but yeah, we made this.
We will
far.
be calling you later if something goes
I
down.
was going. I guess you just interpreted it differently. Now, I was to say it's been a quiet year because we don't use any of the lockers. One of the things I have noticed is how quiet it is in the hallways in the morning. We remember back in the day, pre-COVID, whatever, when everyone's sitting on the floor in front of lockers. It's been a lot less hallway traffic. And there's only one kid in this hallway that we've recognized that uses their locker.
So I think there's 2 reasons
Jaren.
for that.
Yep.
One, they weren't allowed to use lockers during COVID.
Right.
So they got out of the practice with it. Another reason for that is because of the fact that most of our classes have gone electronic. So they're not carrying around books and switching books out anymore because most of the things that they do are on their Chromebook. But sitting around the hallways, if you remember, if we go back just a few years, we didn't start school until 7:35. Our buses were dropping
still
students
dropping
off at 7 o'clock.
That's correct.
And
You're
so
right.
they had 35 minutes to kill. Now there's less time
Last
to kill.
time.
Well, I think to class, there's been fewer tardies. I noticed as well because I don't know if they're stopping at their lockers or they're getting back.
So we also instituted some policies and enforced them, and the kids are making it a priority to be on time. So that has, although they don't love that, that has been effective. That's a good life skill to be on time.
Yeah, indeed. Now that you're going to be on time for graduation, it's looking like it's going to be a beautiful day. What's going on for
I
graduation?
looked this morning, 77 degrees, partly sunny. It's going to be absolutely perfect.
That's a perfect day
So
for
we're ready
graduation
out
because
in
the
the
sun beams
courtyard.
down on those people on the stage.
Yeah, it does.
Yes, it does.
And what do they have for practice, the seniors? What are the practice dates they have? What's
So
coming up for the rest of the week for them?
So the rest of the week today, I know that seniors plan on doing last bell at the end of the day today. So they'll all walk out
Wow.
at the end of the day together, which is always a nice sight. And then Friday after exams are done. So I believe we're starting at 11 o'clock on Friday will be our first rehearsal.
Okay.
And then after exams again on Monday, we will have our final rehearsal. Students will receive caps and gowns on Friday at the rehearsal. Make sure I remind them all the time, if they're listening, take it home, try it on, steam it and iron it before Monday. So that way we know it fits and everything is all set. You don't want to get one for a 6'3" person when you're 5'4". And then the other thing that we will be having lunch after both of the rehearsals. One is sponsored by the senior class and the other is sponsored by the PTO.
All right. So what are we looking forward to for next year?
Oh, so we got some new things coming
New
next year.
things?
Yes, EMT class,
Okay.
which they can become state certified EMTs. I think the communities of Beacon Falls and Prospect really are welcoming that. We have 12 slots and 12 slots only, but we had 19 really, really rock solid applicants. So we had to make some choices there. And it's going to be a great program. It's going to be our only 2-credit course.
Wow.
Wow.
They're going to go every day, whether it's an A day or B day, all year, prepare for the state certification exam. Also, I believe our
Aviation and Flight Sciences course will start next year. That's a new course with a flight simulator that's going to be added on to our 2 drone classes to add to our programming for the aviation sciences.
Wow.
which they've been usually popular, the drone programs. And our CNA program, I believe, are going to be 2 sections next year.
So
Wow.
we will
And-
graduate 20 CNA students next year. This year we
Wow.
graduated 13. Next
Is that
year
still going to be on the same day or is it going to be every day of the week?
every
First
day
one?
for a semester. So
For
the
a
students
semester.
take it every day, and then but they'll finish after a semester.
And
Wow.
we're also proud of that program. We have a 100% success rate with state certification, 50 out of 50 so far.
Now,
Not
and I believe the track will be back.
I was
too.
just going to say, and then the next thing that's super exciting is the track and turf will hopefully be completed at the start of the school year. So our football program will be able to start up on that, and as well as the boys and girls soccer teams will be playing on that field too.
Night
Wow.
games.
Under the
Night games under the lights, baby. Friday night lights.
Not hopefully, it will be completed. You heard it here. The turf should be going in mid-July.
Wow.
So we're
Are they
doing
on
really
schedule,
well.
ahead of schedule?
On schedule, incentivized to be ahead of schedule. So I think we're going to be really good shape. It's
Outstanding.
going to be beautiful.
Well, thank you for coming in. Give us a little update on how the school year went and where we're looking. So one is on the ending, and it's just going to be starting for everybody else that's rising to their next year.
Absolutely.
So
Well, thank you guys for taking the time every morning to keep everybody updated and to get some interesting stories out there that maybe people haven't heard of. It's awesome.
well, we've met a lot
Thank
of
you.
great students this year too. So
Yeah.
We love what you do and we appreciate what you do. So thank you very much.
well, thank you. And on that note, on behalf of the show,
Principal of the year.
principal of the that's right. Yeah. How did that honor come to be? Let's not finish right now. Let's finish on a super high note.
We got time.
Nominated by Dr. Mulligan in December, I believe. Filled out an application, which was a long process. But it was very good to reflect. And sometimes we don't take enough time to reflect and go back and say, wow, Woodland has done a lot of great things. Let's take a look at, data and, climate, culture, things like that. sent in the application, got a phone call from CAS, Connecticut Association of Schools, and they said, "Oh, you're a finalist," which I was excited to hear that. Thank you very much. And I said, "Were there like 10 finalists, 6 finalists?" And she said, "Oh, no, you're one of 2. And I have to be 100% honest. At that point, I said, "Okay, now we want to win." and that's just being honest. And then a nice process where in the school, they did a site visit, and they did, they interviewed students, they interviewed teachers, they interviewed parents, and it was a really great process to show what we do at Woodland.
Wow.
So, something to be very proud of.
Congratulations. It's quite an honor. It's an honor to be involved in a program that has a principal of the year as well. So
Definitely a tribute to Woodland and Region 16 and all the people who work here.
well, thank you for coming out. Thank you for being part of everything you do and give us the opportunity to do this show every morning. So on behalf of the show, she's Mama Manning. He just ran down the hallway. He's Tomlin for the last time. I'm Amato. Good morning, Woodland.
Good morning.
Morning mayhem, it's a wild ride. Sports news and the daily updates, we're on your side. Special guests and interviews galore. We're taking over Woodland Regional. We're knocking down the door.
Every morning at 7 a.m.
Check us out on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram too. We're streaming on Spotify. We're reaching out to you. Join the Morning Mayhem crew.
Knocking down the door.